In Henderson?
Yeah. Henderson, Oxford.
You can't start off that question.
Why not?
Cause
Introduce
you
your
can't interview
podcast.
him starting off with that question.
Introduce your podcast.
Yeah, you gotta go into all that first.
I'll go back and edit that, but
Alright.
well, this is.
It's a freestyle, bro. You can cut all this shit. Though. Damn. Don't start off with that question. Asking him that question. Like, interview him.
Yeah, then.
And then lead us to that question.
I would say I'd rather ask about Blackfield and go to it.
Ask my brother, then go into it.
Yeah. Let me explain Blackfield and stuff, and then go into it.
Alright, bad then. I'll do that.
But
Alright, but this is the 14K Way podcast, 14K Way is my brand, you know what I'm saying, that I made by myself. Here with my cousin Lil Rod, you know what I'm saying. Got my boy Khalil right here, better known as Khalil Nassim, you know what I'm saying. But today, I wanted to talk to Khalil about, talk about his brand, Blackfield. Tell you how you started Blackfield.
so Blackfield is my brand. As y'all see, my boy got the shirt on right now. Blackfield is a brand that's dedicated to uplifting black voices, black talent, black excellence all around. And I always say it's the Blackfield because we the only ones that know how black feel. So it's a black liberation movement. We doing our own thing. It's starting out with just clothes and music, but ultimately I want to make strides at helping my community achieve financial freedom, economic empowerment, liberation in the arts. You know what I'm saying? To where we own our own everything. We own our own master. We own our own companies that distribute our music. We're not looking to a parent company to do all of these things for us. And it's a long journey, but that's the legacy that I want to leave on the world, on my community, for my family, for my kids, if God bless me to have any. So that's where Blackfield started. It's definitely a very 70s, 80s, late 70s, early 80s-esque theme with the logo. It's like the afro joining in, the font is, that's where we at right now in the beginning stages. That's how I feel right now with Blackfield. But as time progresses, with every good brand, there's alterations that are made to the overall design and direction for the brand. So that's where I'm at right now with it. But yeah, right now it's just me as an artist. I'm the only artist that's a part of Blackfield. I have 3 other producers that I work with. My boy Norm, my boy Nate, and my brother Miles. And all of them are from the RDU area, or located in the RDU area. I also work with my homegirl Tiara, who is a wonderful singer, artist, designer, and one of my friends, Kanan, who is a model. And so right now we're just building the general aesthetic for the brand, and that's kind of like the vibe that I want to set forth. So the people that are part of it are very special to me from an art standpoint. And yeah, that's Blackfield. So clothes commercial is coming soon. And I also got the Blackfield compilation album that'll be dropping in 2022. And we're getting all this stuff together for that right now.
That's what's up. So I'm pretty sure people that watch this podcast are already familiar with your music. Mm-hmm. Out of all the music that you made, or any project that you made, what is your favorite?
My Christmas project, The Greatest Gift, by far is my favorite project of all time.
Why is that?
That was actually a good album.
It was, bro, I think, and I don't just say this because it's me. I took my time and really said, I want this to be a great project. I don't want this to just be a great, cool little EP, you know what I'm saying, where I do Let It Snow and This Christmas and redo it and just redo the song. I really want to take time, put together a concept. The concept of The Greatest Gift is about love, and so it's a love EP, but it's a Christmas themed EP.
All right, so like, question.
Yeah.
What made you decide that you was gonna drop a Christmas song at a battle?
Cause it's nice, bro. That's what I was just saying. It's when you hear my song "Alone for Christmas," you'll be hard pressed to find another song that matches that from a lyrical production, from a feature standpoint. It's tough. It's a tough track. So in that verses, I felt very confident. Also, the timing of the verses, it was right when I dropped the EP. So I said, and I went into it with the mindset like, whether I win or lose in the eyes of the audience, I know as an artist that my journey is different. And so that versus doesn't define me. Me winning or losing that versus doesn't define me. I'm gonna do what is true to me and what's dope for me. So people want to hear versatility. They want to hear what I can do. All right, I'll play a song with me doing some lyrical joints,
Right.
and then I'll throw out the Christmas track. You hear the Christmas track and you like, Then I throw out a song with a trap beat.
That was crazy when you pulled out the day.
That was crazy. That was crazy. So that's why I made me ask that question. Yeah. That was crazy.
And I feel like people was like thinking in their mind, like, is this a Christmas song? And they hearing it and they only thinking, bro, this dude play a Christmas song. Right. But they not listening to the fact that this is, this is good. And I really think, from what people have told me and from, I like to be humble about my stuff, but I also recognize when I took my time with something and made it a great project. And I've had a lot of people tell me this is the best Christmas project that they heard, the best Christmas hip hop project that they've ever heard. And so that's a standard that I've set for myself. And I'm gonna re-release The Greatest Gift this year with some alterations and more songs, and it'll be better. It will be way better. I'm already working on it, so.
Okay.
And it's June. So.
Like, out of all the people that you've been working with, right, is there like certain favorites that you like working with?
Tone, my sister Dami is my favorite artist to work with. We knock out songs in 15 minutes, and you'll think that we were sitting there working on it for days. Whenever we get in the studio, we work, and when we done, we done. And I know I'm a hard person to work with because I'm so indecisive about stuff. I hear something, I'm like, But whatever I choose out of the stuff that we work on, she always is like, happy to work on it. And she always ready to work, which you don't get out of a lot of female singers. But her, I feel like all of the females that I work with are always ready to go, ready to work. But definitely Dami is one of my favorite people to work with. Venom, when it comes to beats, me and Venom,
crazy.
Every beat that we make get placed. Is no exaggeration.
Crazy.
Every beat that we make get a placement. Chaz, I love working with Chaz. Everybody out of Crown, so let me get that clear.
Shout out to Crown.
Shout out to Crown and Collective. Everybody in Crown. Turk, I love working with Turk because me and Turk got a unspoken bond with the music.
Shout out to my boy Turk.
Facts.
Turk, you know what I'm saying? That boy Turk from Verizon.
My boy, that man, Turk, man, yeah. Turk always is a dope person to work with. Jay Official is one of the artists that I worked with. He was the first person that we got a beat from. Rob actually bought a beat from Jay when I was 11 years old. You probably don't even remember this.
I don't remember, y'all.
I was 11. I was 11 to 12 years old, and you bought a beat from Jay, and then you sent it to me. Was like, yo, I bought you this beat. Go ahead and do something on it. And I did. And he opened his doors to me early on when I was like 12, 13. Let me come to the studio, record. So that's a bond I'm always gonna cherish, and you know what I'm saying, Brother Shan. Okay. My homegirl Tati, last but not least. I'm blessed to have produced one of her more popular songs, her song Slide. And I'm also produced her album, The Art of Persuasion. And I'm excited. We haven't been actively working on it as much, but she's one of those artists that I love to write with, I love to produce for. Yeah, so everybody in Crown. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Oh, my boy Keyshawn, I love working with. Every song we make is dope. My boy Taheem always bring great energy in the studio. It's fun making music with Taheem all the time. So yeah, those are my favorite people to make music with.
Speaking of you producing, about how you got that beats placement with Locksmith. How that came about. Yeah, so that's one of the ones me and Venom made a beat. I sampled Phil Collins in the Air in 2019, and I made the beat for Crown Chaz initially. And whatever happened, Chaz never went on it. We just threw it back in the vault. I sent it to Els one day, and we was just, throwing around loops like, hey, what can we do? And I sent it to him. And we ended up making a beat out of it. He was like, I'm sending this out in emails to people to see if we can get a placement. Locksmith ended up buying it from us. I won't disclose the amount. But yeah, we ended up getting a placement with Locksmith. And I didn't know that it was going to be on this album. He just sent us the song and said he recorded on it, but I didn't know, number one, I didn't know it would be the lead single off his album. Number two, I didn't know that the album would be on the charts. So that was major for me
to have a placement on the charts. My very first placement on the charts, we peaked at number 11 on the American hip hop charts, and on iTunes we peaked at number 13. So yeah, that's major. And
That's facts. I seen like I think on Tidal I want to say, or I seen something where it was like 4 million streams or 4 million.
Yeah, we got 4 million streams, over 4 million streams on Spotify. I think right now we're sitting at 7 million streams.
Okay.
I have to go back and look at the updated, but
7 million streams.
We getting it, man. And shout out to Locksmith, my brother. We got a feature on the way soon. So a lot of big things coming on the way. Yeah, Locksmith has been a great help to us with everything music.
Niggas using Tidal?
Yeah.
They use Tidal for real.
Yes, bro. Tidal is great.
Only used Tidal one time.
Tidal is great, bro.
Tidal one time when Jay-Z dropped 444. This is the only time I used
Tidal.
I'll give you my password after this, so you can just use mine.
I need to use
yours. I got Apple Music. What else?
I want to use yours and send one.
Like, what's on Tidal? That's like
All the Jay-Z albums.
Facts.
All the Jay-Z albums are on Tidal. You
They
don't
got
get
the whole,
that's enough for me to buy.
Blackfield Festival on there.
Yeah.
It was exclusive.
All of these
on
exclusive
You
videos.
said
and
Dream
stuff
Festival?
like
The whole
Dreamville
Dreamville
Festival.
Festival is on
I
there.
ain't want to talk about Dream Festival, boy. Man, fuck COVID.
I think that.
COVID ruined it.
I think me and Rob was talking about that. I think they're gonna stretch it and go ahead and do Dreamville Festival. I'm holding that belief. I'm going to at least 4 music festivals this year.
You know how stupid I look, bruh. I'm in school talking deep mo shit, talking about boy. Oh yeah, boy. I'm going to Dream Festival. You got a ticket? Niggas like nah.
Oh, I got a ticket.
I got a ticket. I got a ticket like hell. That's no. COVID. Fuck me up.
Hey man.
Cole's like, yeah man, I can't do it no more.
I don't blame him though, bro. I don't blame him. So yeah.
Matter of fact, I think I still got them tickets back there somewhere. I do. Got them tickets back there.
Man, I'll fucking around and frame them motherfucker.
You going to a ticket?
I'll frame
probably
that
give you a
bitch.
ticket.
You can't turn it back in, that can.
I can't do nothing with them.
Can't get your money back in there.
Yeah, I got my money. Of course, I got my money back for them.
Oh.
I'll frame it in live, be like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, and it's memorabilia, yo. It never happened. It never happened. And I went to the first one, so I got all my stuff from the first one too. So
It is dope to have it. It is dope to have it. Nevertheless.
Shout out to J fucking Cole too. While I'm talking about
Album of the year.
So far, album of the year. I think Tyler about to blow that out the water this week.
Swear them snippets Tyler done been dropping.
I think Tyler.
Especially him dropping Lumberjack.
Yeah, I think Tyler the Creator about to blow that out the water this week. But we'll see.
He ain't putting a release date on it, did he?
June 25th. You know I'm on it. Stop it. You know I'm on it. Stop Friday.
This nigga dropping.
Friday. Stop it, bro. You know I'm on it. That's my boy. Stop it. Yeah, exactly. Stop it.
Is there any future artists that you want to work with that's like, you like, yeah, this nigga hot. I need to work with him.
Solange is my favorite artist, and that's an artist. It's a dream for me to work with. If I could get into the studio with Solange one day, I know that we'll probably make some of the greatest art. As far as like artists who I just want to get in the studio with and work with now, like current rappers, Corday, obviously it kind of matches my style. I want to get in the studio with him, kind of like Trey Bars, so to speak. Both of us from Carolina, both of us, got the lyrical thing going on. Tyler the Creator, we just speaking about. I love his style, and I feel like it meshes well with what I'm trying to accomplish from a creative standpoint. Kendrick Lamar and Kanye and Pharrell Williams. So that's pretty much it.
Speaking of Kendrick, that nigga dead.
I like that list. I like that list of rappers.
Kendrick ass nowhere to be fucking found.
Kendrick is performing that Day in Vegas festival in November, and I will be in attendance.
When they release that?
Like last week. You sleep, bro.
I don't even be
using social media, but when something come out about rap music, I know.
Every time I type in,
That boy just asked me, do I want to get on some ratchet shit?
who's in? Oh.
Chaz.
Speaking of that, Chaz is one. I think is the most underrated rapper in the local area right now?
You know what? I can give you a list of rappers that's underrated from the local area. Henderson. Number one, Chaz, by far. Really, the whole crown is underrated, but they know us. They just don't acknowledge it. But nobody really talk about Chaz. And Chaz hotter than every rapper in Henderson. I feel like that's my boy, so I'm biased. But y'all can argue with your mama, bro. It's like I done known this guy. I done went down the musical path before I knew Chaz. Listened to his music from before I knew him to now. Not only has he been better than niggas, he's progressing and getting way better. Like one of the best rappers in the state, not just in the area.
That's
Chaz takes his time to step into new realms. So he started off as a lyrical artist, purely doing just bars. Then he said, you know what? I'm gonna try the trap stuff, and if it don't work, and it ain't like he lying. Like he ain't no hoe or nothing like that.
Right.
Like he telling real life stuff that's going on with him, and he just do the real rap. Like everything he do, then he started doing the ratchet music, and it's like damn, boom, just catch on, and it's like well, man. Now you can't really say nothing because everything he done did is better than a lot of people. So I feel like Chaz underrated. My sister Breevy, I feel like is mad underrated. She been one of the best rappers in the area for a long time. I don't have to explain that her record, her track record straight speaks for itself. I feel like they're the two people that I would list as underrated, so to speak, that's overlooked in the area. I don't think I'm overlooked or underrated because people know who I am outside of the music stuff, and they know that I do music. So it would be hard for me to say that I'm underrated as an artist when people know me from activism and people know me from stuff in the community. But I mean, I feel like I'm good too.
Good.
Yeah.
I believe that you the hottest in the whole state of North Carolina, but I know people gonna probably get on my ass. But that's my personal opinion.
I think it's gonna be there. I think it's gonna be there soon. Ain't nobody gonna be able to argue it. But right now, we're just doing the groundwork. I don't consider myself a local rapper no more. I don't associate myself with the city of Henderson. From a rapper standpoint, I don't even associate myself with North Carolina necessarily. Like, I never come out as Henderson rapper, North Carolina rapper. I just come out as Khalil Nassim. Because I don't give a fuck if I was in Oregon somewhere.
Right.
It's still me. So, yeah.
Between rap and producing, obviously you probably like rapping more. But what got you into, like, all right, I'm finna go sit down, I'm about to make a beat and rap on it myself. And not, like, this beat I'm gonna keep for myself. Like, what started you to be like, I wanna be a producer too?
It's hard. I always have loved music my entire life, since before I can remember. I played an instrument before I ever wrote a rap. My first instrument was the drums. When I was 4 years old, I started playing drums. I didn't stick with it, unfortunately. So, I picked up the guitar a little bit, was playing the guitar. Then when I was 10 years old, I picked up playing keys. Now, by that time, I was already rapping. I've been rapping since I was 8. But I was playing keys now, and I started playing in church. And for a while, from the age of like 10 to 12, I had stopped rapping to focus on playing keys. And it's weird saying that now.
Oh, I know.
It's weird saying that now.
I never going to them practices and was creeped out.
Yeah, I used to practice playing keys in a funeral home. That's a weird fact that probably nobody else know about me besides Andre and my grandma and now LaRod and my mama. But yeah, so when I turned 12, I started back rapping, recording myself playing on playing with the laptop. Obviously, I'm still playing in church every single Sunday. I used to play for 3 different churches when I was 13, 14 years old. And by the time I turned 14, I got to high school. I'm like, now I want to start making beats because I'm in high school. I'm seeing older guys, like seniors, who kind of took me under their wing. Shout out to my boy Malachi, he got my name, Mel, on Driving Alone. Do this on Driving Alone. He was one of them guys when I came to high school. He was a senior, and him and his boy Kevin kind of like would spar with me or whatever with the freestyling. And so we would do that. We would do the back and forth with that, and it inspired me to do something bigger than rap because I'm like, well, how can we help each other?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a laptop and started. I downloaded a crack version of FL Studio and started making beats. I would make beats in class. I would make beats on the bus during lunchtime when I got home. I wouldn't even do my homework. I'd be making beats. I'd be at church making beats. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, the dedication is real.
So now being 6 years later, now I feel like for a long time I sucked at making beats. I feel like I'm just getting to that point where I'm good at making beats now. And so like,
You talking about now you think like, all right, my beats is actually fire.
Right, like I think probably last August, September was where I seen the hump. It was like, okay, now I'm seeing everything being put in motion. I actually started using my skills on the keyboard towards my production. I actually started using my ear for music, and so then I still struggle with today picking a beat and saying I'm gonna rap on that, something that I made. I probably make 8 beats every couple days, and out of them 8 beats, I might not rap on none of them. So I might make 100 beats and probably only rap on 6 or 7. That's because I'm so picky with stuff.
That's
and I might have
stuff in the vote.
Right, and I might have an idea for something, but I'm like, that every beat I make is the idea I have for myself, and I start on it, and it's like, that didn't go as planned. But then somebody else will hear it. Like with Tati, the beat I made for Slide, I thought that beat sucked because I had a vision for it, and it didn't go as I thought it would. She heard it and was like, bro, send me that. Like, that's hot. And so I had to come with myself and be like, I don't like this beat. It's not what I wanted. But let me send it to her. Then she got it and did her thing with it. I'm like, you know what? That's a lot better. That's a lot better than what type of shit I was gonna do with it. So, yeah, that's my story with producing. And now I'm getting to that point where I really don't know which one I'm better at. I don't know if I'm better at rapping or producing.
Which one would you want to make it into the industry doing first, rapping or producing?
I would love to come in as a rapper and then transform into a producer who works with various artists. So yeah, I want to be known as a rapper ultimately. That's why whenever people be telling me like, don't call yourself a rapper, you a rapper, a keyboardist, producer, just call yourself an artist. Like, I'm a rapper because that's how I want to be seen. I want people to look at me like, this dude raps, period. That's where I'm at right now.
How's the transformation going from Two Fly King to Khalil Nazim?
It's easy.
That's a major transition. I grew up with King Khalil to King to Two Fly King. Now we in a transition. We're 20 years old now. Now it's just Khalil Nazim. Like you said, tell about the evolution of every point of your career.
So, I mean, it's interesting because you probably remember when I first started rapping, it was going by K Grand. That was my first rap name. Yeah. I was like 8.
He used to come to my house and you recorded in my room.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time I had to learn the studio. I had to learn that I got to shut up in the background. I got to shut up.
I got so many songs with this dude in the background.
Playing the game.
Him and Isaiah. Or yeah, you hear the from the controller.
I didn't understand studio work until we went to Lil Noah's house and you recorded that. And I was like, Dad, you really got to punch in, edit this, edit that.
Right.
Because you had me doing that and I don't know nothing about this.
And then you seen somebody else do it so it looked different. But I had so many names, like, and I think where I felt like it never fit me was me trying to make a character out of it. So K Grand, I was going by, I had whack ass names, like one of my names was like Khalil the Kryptonite, which was very whack. That's dumb. That's super whack. But we was like 11. You know what I'm saying? So
at that time, we probably got it from wrestling or something.
Right, yeah. And then but anyway, I ended up calling myself the Kid Khalil because in middle school my nickname was Kid because I had a high top. So people used to call me Kid. And plus I was the youngest out of mostly everybody that I used to hang out with at the time. So everybody always used to call me Kid. And so I called myself the Kid Khalil, all one word, all lowercase. I felt like it was dope. It fit me at the time. I was like a backpack rapper, you know what I'm saying, with the high top. Then I remember vividly the evolution from me going from that to King because I'm like, now I'm getting older. I'm not going to be able to be the Kid Khalil for the rest of my life. I'm 17 now. you know.
That's how I usually feel like with people who had the name Little.
Right. It's like, and I felt like it's childish. It don't fit me no more. So I said, well, let me transition to something better. And you notice all of them are always a variation of my name. So like King, that's my initials, KNG. So my dad always told me that he named me King, and I never got it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Cause my name not King. It's Khalil, not saying gay. But then as I got older, I thought about like KNG. So that was my producer name when I first started producing when I was 14. Then I said, well, why don't I just make this my name? Switched to it, and it was dope. You know, I put out the EP at the time. It was good for what it was, and that's when I started popping out to these shows and stuff like that. Really getting my feet wet. Then I started thinking about marketability. When I search up KNG, I'm the first thing to pop up, but then it's like 12, 13 other KNGs popping up, and I'm thinking like, bro, these my initials. Like, I own this. Like, that's one thing in my mind. But then I'm like, maybe it's somebody else's initials, and maybe somebody else got another acronym for it. So I said, whatever. I just put Two Fly King. I know ain't nobody got this, and I was right. And this is when I started really just like putting in that work. That when I changed my name to Two Fly King, that's when I started doing a lot of music videos.
Started to evolve.
Right, started getting to these shows. People started knowing my name. So a lot of people today know me as Two Fly King. They don't know me as King. They don't know me as the Kid Khalil. They know me as Two Fly King. And so I really made my name known, I think, across North Carolina as Two Fly King. But now I'm stepping to this point where I really feel like I said, I was creating characters instead of just being myself. Like I wasn't comfortable with being me.
Right.
And that means I wasn't comfortable with the type of music I really wanted to make, which is like the soulful type joints. I was making music that other people wanted me to make. I wasn't listening to stuff that I wanted to listen to. I was listening to stuff that I thought my friends would want to listen to or girls would want to listen to if they're hanging out. And I would listen to that when it's just me. And I'm like, I don't like that. So just doing a whole life transformation, becoming more confident with myself, growing out locks. All of this is Khalil Nassim, you know, but it's me. So I feel like Khalil Nassim, that's my real name. And that's my actual name separate from my family name. So I decided to drop my last name out. And ultimately, I think that's when I'm going to just change my legal name too. Like, because, I mean, I got a whole philosophy about it because I don't want to wear a slave name, you know what I'm saying? It's not my name. So I wanted people to know me as me and really grow into that. And so, yeah, now you get Khalil Nassim, and I'm a lot more soulful. I'm a lot more true to myself. Yeah, doing a lot more of the stuff that I really want to do. It's simple.
One thing I want to talk about that in the local area, you have all these like labels that people can ring, right? But I ain't gonna lie, a lot of niggas don't know about this
Big Cat.
Big Cat.
A lot of the OGs know about Big Cat stuff, bro.
They don't even know about the CD shop that he had.
Niggas know about, bro. The OG artists from Henderson know about Big Cats. Jay Fisher know about Big Cats. Like, Turk know about Big Cats. Chad know about Big Cats. They know. The people like my age, nah, they don't know Big Cats.
Except for like us, that's it.
Right.
Because obviously my dad used to we had to go over there and get certain shit. He still got certain, that's where he got all his CDs from. He got a big ass case worth of CDs. It all came from this nigga right here.
Yeah, bro.
I did a lot.
That nigga did like big CDs, then came out with shirts. Nigga gave me a shirt with my name on the back of it.
Me too.
Nigga, you know how happy I was when I got this shirt? Bro, that bitch say Dre. And bro, that's the first time niggas went around school. I wore it to school. Niggas actually got my name right. If y'all niggas know, I fucking hate when niggas say Andra. I pray, boy, when niggas say Andra, fist balled up. But when that nigga put Dre on the back, like, oh. Niggas just call niggas I don't even fuck with. Niggas like, yo, Dre, I fuck with the shirt, nigga. Who the fuck Big Cat?
Yeah.
That's my cousin shit.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people don't know. I gave y'all a lot of. I ain't gonna say that I gave y'all a lot of artists, but I gave y'all a lot of good artists. I gave y'all the Kid Khalil.
That's a fact.
I ain't gonna say I gave y'all Vinny Blanco because y'all know Vinny Blanco. Shout out to my motherfucking nigga Vinny Blanco.
That's my big ass.
Hakeem Too Easy.
Too Easy.
Shout out to Too Easy. That's my dog too. Nobody never knew. All of us was on a street team promoting Big Cats Entertainment when it was actually a thing. Right. Not saying that it ain't still a thing, because it's still gonna be a thing, but
when we
it's
and
that's my story about that.
But
I had to actually let them grow into their own.
yeah,
Where
'cause you had your big cat.
We all see what they all grown into.
Facts.
They're all grown into some of the hottest artists that's in your city. They may not get their credit, but they're the hottest artists in your city.
If it wasn't for this nigga and him doing Big Cat, I would never come up with the idea of saying, all right, I want to do 14K way.
Facts.
He started off like, hey, because, man, whatever you think up here, man, you can do anything, bro. You have your own shit. He taught me different ways of thinking, like, all right, you can do this to make money. You can do this to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Do this. Don't listen to the people that's trying to hold you back.
Facts.
Because I used to grow up thinking, like, all right, I got to do what this person want me to do. I grew up my whole life thinking, like, all right, this person say, Andre, boy, you good at basketball, boy, this is what you need to do. Then grew up, I'm like, man, hooping it ain't what I want to do. I want to be my own boss when I grow up. And I'm like, but I grew up like, oh, no, NBA is the only way I got to go. But he taught me like, hey man, all right, cool. You don't want to hoop. This is a different way that you can make money and be successful. Go to school, then be your own boss, and this is what I'm trying to do right now. So, I thank him for that.
Facts.
Also, I thank Keon. He showed me what he did, especially as a manager for Vinny. Mm-hmm. I'm over here saying
we all cousins too, y'all.
Facts.
It's a whole big family.
We all
thing.
cousins too. They first cousins. I ain't their first cousin, but we family.
Well, Khalil more like a brother.
Yeah, facts. Me and Andre, the closest of friends. Period. We've been friends since 2 years old, so that's 18 years and counting. A lot of niggas grown can't say that. So we always
by the time people done switched up on each other by now.
We'd have been the closest friends we both had since we was this big right here. So.
That's something I don't be understanding. That's what I don't be understanding.
It ain't that deep.
Man, like, man, I don't even know what to say, man. What you say for a while? Niggas bite the hand you feed.
Yeah.
You give niggas a plate. Niggas take the whole plate, don't even say thank you. I know a lot of niggas like that.
Hey, man. You know, family is family at the end of the day. So that's different. The fact that we grew up, even if we not first cousins, we grew up knowing that we was family, it was always a different, you know what I'm saying, a different thing. So
Because especially me, we was never too far apart.
Nope.
Nigga, every weekend.
Yup.
Doing something stupid. I didn't even like going to the skating, but I went because your ass was going.
And I was skating like a bitch.
Man, the thing, you would be skating with other niggas, but I was just happy the fact that I'm here. I'm like, nigga, I'm out the house, it's Friday night. Usually I probably be somewhere playing 2K trying to get my nigga to a 99. Cause that's his favorite thing to tell me. Every time I play 2K, he say, you a 99 yet? No,
Looking at us physically, bro, you'll think that I'd be the one inside playing games all the time because I'm big. I used to hate being in the house playing the game, bro. This nigga right here, love playing the game, bro. I used to want to get on the trampoline, play basketball, football, something. Boy. 2K.
2K.
SmackDown vs. Raw, I'm sorry.
Boy,
y'all don't remember that era. Come on, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011.
Man. You know how hype I was when we were playing that and we used to slam somebody through the table and that pit don't disappear. We just stayed in the ring. You had texted me, I mean, this one we had Kid on the iPod. You texted me and said, bruh, did you know that you could slam somebody through the table and you could pick it up and hit them with it? Boy, you know my text message was, dumb. I used to text with dumb emojis. I'm like, bruh, I swear to God.
12 emojis and an exclamation point at the end.
Hey, chill on my texting, man.
Kick was a funny time, bro.
Yeah, bro. Kick. I used to hate when niggas getting their feelings on Kick.
Change they profile picture to black and then they name be don't text. or they'll no name.
Bruh,
I don't exist or something like that.
I don't even want to put him out there like that, but
Jalen Sproul. that boy Jalen with down and took his whole damn profile picture down.
This was when like the new Xbox that came out, like in 2015, something like that, right? Y'all was still on 360 playing Grand Theft Auto, right? Me and Jalen already on the new Xbox. We are playing 2K15. I text Jalen like, "Hey yo, after school, you trying to play 2K? We at the park, man. We trying to hit Legend." This dude, Jalen, I look at his, I go get him a key. Look, Jalen got the black profile, right? And you talking about no? Jalen just got a dot.
Yeah, look, three dots. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you, dog? I'm not about to say it. And it's like, nigga, you know you looking for attention. It's like the equivalent to the... People used to do it on Facebook, too. People don't remember. People used to do it on Facebook, too, change their profile picture to black when they didn't want to be seen.
People they don't do that no more, but they make statuses and they want people out.
Yeah, people like, don't hit me up, period. Bruh, nobody was texting you. Like, go about your business, bro. I'd be happy at the fact that don't nobody text me. I don't know about y'all. I be chilling. If I want to talk to somebody, I call them, I text them.
I don't really talk to people. I just have my select few people who I talk to.
Yeah, I mean, bro, then you like, don't call me, don't text me. Do not disturb.
I love for my phone not to ring unless it's the person that I want to talk to.
Exactly.
Like,
that's perfect.
I talked on the phone for 7 years straight in the call center. So
I got a picture with you
like,
on the
I know
telephone.
that shit is like fucking tiresome as fuck. Like,
I got a picture of you with a flip phone. I gotta find it.
oh really?
Yeah.
I had a flip phone.
You was on the flip phone. You was young, bro. You was like in high school. I got a picture with you with a flip phone. I gotta find it.
Yeah, you gotta find that because I got to see that.
Yeah,
They probably let Jackie out.
No.
Yeah, the flip phone.
Yeah, he was on there like
Was
that.
like, it probably was the next
like
to
they count
IX6.
money. Say what?
It probably was the next to IX6. I actually think I was the only one in high school. My senior year, I was the only one in high school with that next to IX6. I know at that time the walkie-talkies that had just came out, and everybody had the silver Nextel phone.
Yeah.
And I was working at Big Cats, and I want to say either my cousin Asian, and my mama got it for me for my birthday. And it was the actual phone that you actually had a button on it. You push the button on the side and it actually flip up by itself. The silver joint was like that too. It had the button.
Phone.
Yeah, it had the button on it, but it wasn't that phone. It was blue and black.
He had a hydraulic phone.
Didn't you press the button?
Yeah, and like it was like it was like one of the hottest phones, and it was actually the hottest phone at the time. It was actually when Sprint and Nextel merged together, yo.
I believe.
Fuck that. I remember this nigga had that Blackberry, this phone, boy. Every time that nigga let me use, I had a ball with him.
That's how I started rapping on the Blackberry. My mom used to have a little Blackberry, and my first time rapping, period. October 15, 2009, which is why my album released on October 15, 2020. October 15, 2009. I still got the voice memo somewhere. I was watching Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide on the TV in the living room, and my mom would let me get her phone, and sometimes I play games, sometimes I do whatever. But this time I went to the voice memo and started recording myself freestyling what was on the TV. That was my first time doing a rap. I wrote a rap that day too. For my first time rapping.
What was the first phone you ever had?
The first phone I ever had?
Yeah.
Virgin mobile flip phone.
I wish I had that.
I had a Virgin mobile flip phone. I was in 5th grade. It ain't work. You talking the first working phone I had?
Yeah.
The first working phone I had was a ZTE Android. I do remember. Yeah, it was. It was a smartphone because I had Instagram. And I remember I took a picture.
Nice.
I remember that phone you had.
I had a motherfucking fake ass Blackberry.
I remember that phone you had. That boy used to be clean with that.
No, I did not.
That little
Man.
net 10.
I remember this story, bro. We went to the skating the locker, right?
Uh-huh.
I kept that phone in that locker that whole night. I did not want to pull that phone out in front of nobody.
I remember
The only reason I pulled it out because my dad was like, hey, at 9 o'clock, I'm gonna call you to let you know I'm outside, bro. And the thing is, I said, okay, cool. He gonna come in 9 o'clock. I'm saying, all right, you outside? Boom, that's it. This man is having a whole conversation with me, right?
And you on the net 10.
Bruh, I remember these girls looked at me, bruh, and started laughing, bruh. Boy, we said
I got some funny memories from the skating.
Boy,
First, before I get to
that
that,
was sad.
First,
I'm like,
before I get
oh
to that,
my
I got to
God.
remind you of something with that damn Net 10 phone.
What?
Andre be in his room and go to the voice memos and do like,
Oh, he's making
that boy used to be making beats on his legs and recording the voice
And
memo.
I thought
And
that
he'll-
shit was the hottest
Bruh,
thing ever.
he used to show me, he used to scroll through and be like 12 on him. He'd be like, bro, I've been making beats. And I'm under like, the LeBron James meme, like. But nah, I remember going to the skating, but the skating was a dope time. We need another skating rink.
Bruh.
But
Go back to the beat. I thought this shit was so
that
hot.
shit was hot. That shit was hot. I mean, that be like,
You know what I kept on used to tell you, bro? I said, bro, imagine if I had an iPod, right, and I could record it and be doing it, boy, I'd be fainting.
and then you got the iPod, won't think of nothing about it.
And they're gonna.
The YouTube channel, Alright, I ain't gonna say it. Anyway.
I embarrass myself whenever I get ready.
Anyway, yeah, but the skating, bro, I think kids need an equivalent to the skating today, cause where else is you gonna have your first time as a kid, bro? You can't have it at the crib, man. You gotta be at the skating rink. My first time was at skating.
First time for what? Oh. Hey,
Yeah, first time I got head was at the skating, bro.
Yeah.
I was 13 years old, bro. I was 13. I remember this time though, me, Marquise, Shamar, and you remember Malik Kilgore?
Yeah.
All four of us was at the skating, and we walk in the building, bro. I gotta stand up for this. I ain't never gonna forget it, dog. I had this outfit. I just knew I was so clean, nigga. You remember when the Versace shirt, the little fake Versace shirts came out with had the leather?
Please
the
don't
leather,
remind me, bro. I had
Bruh.
2 of them.
I had one with the leather sleeves on it,
Bro,
and
I
had
know.
the Versace print. Then I had the New York fitted with the gold brim and the gold New York.
Nigga, I used to look at you like this. I used to look at you like this nigga is fly.
I was fly. Now I'm about to tell you why I was real fly, right? I had on the leather black joggers. It wasn't nobody in Henderson wearing leather joggers. Nobody in Henderson was wearing leather joggers before me. I put that on everything. I ain't never seen nobody wearing leather joggers in middle school before me. I walked in the building, bro, and I had the shoes. I had on damn 6 rings, the winterized, the winterized 6 ring, and I walked in the building like,
You know that used to be pissing me off. Like we would come in there with the freshest shoes, right?
And then
just
just
to
take them off.
give it to somebody else.
But you see that, but look, that's why I make sure you see the fit when I walk in, because if everybody don't see me, I'm gonna park right there at the little joint where people can skate by. I just sit right there for a minute, like.
I be wondering why he used to walk so slow, right? I never know. He used to
Walk on.
That's how I still walk to this day. That's how I still walk.
And then my little corny ass coming around like, what the fuck this nigga doing?
That's how I still walk to this day. Bruh, but then, so me, bruh,
I used to be one little corny ass nigga, man.
me, Marquise, Shamar, and Malik was at the skating this night. And we saw some girls, we in there, and we were shuffle skate. I forget what song came on. We was in that month, you know.
No,
Get your shuffle skating on
you
in
know
there.
the song when niggas get on the floor for it. Fight night, my amigo.
Fight night won't out yet. I don't think.
Nah,
Yes, it was, but it was an old song. Though. We was out there jam skating.
I got something about fight night. I
Yeah.
got mad at you at the skating ring. Left me in the dust.
Yes, bro. We just started skating fast for no reason. But anyway, we seen these girls, like 5 girls. No, it was 4 girls. It was 4 of us. And there was one girl. She probably was ugly as shit. But looking at her then, I was like, damn. It was a girl. She had short hair, and she was thick as hell. Had the Levi's. You know, you had Levi jeans at that time. You can't walk around on the Levi jeans, bro. She had the Levi jeans. Then she had the halter top. You weren't supposed to be wearing halter tops in the damn skating. You weren't supposed to be able to wear halter tops. She was wearing the halter top, and it was her friends. And they came up to us, was like, "What y'all doing?" And we was like, "Bitch, jam skating. What you mean?"